your songs aren't catchy enough. Yeah, I said it. And it's probably not even your fault. In my 3.5 years of music production education, on top of 5 years of just producing by myself, that no one ever taught me how to make a catchy song. And because it's pretty hard to quantify. I mean, like, it's a little bit subjective. However, there are some objective qualities and some techniques that I don't really see talked about as much that I think will really help get you closer to that catchy song. So in this video, I'm going to take a look at one of my tracks and show some techniques I used to make the song really catchy. So I hope you enjoy. The first step for any catchy song is groovy drums. In my song Hate here, these are the drums in the track. And there's quite a good rhythm to them. Like, this adds some like nice swing under the kick. Then you've got some like perks just to add some texture. And then you got a nice like driving ride. And as the song goes, I like add more drums. So like just the kick in the hats, and then add some perks, add more perks, then add the ride. And in this next section, instead of adding drums, I actually take some away. So from going to this to this, which sounds really nice with the rest of the song. The next step is having a good bass line. This is very important, especially in EDM, of just having something that works really well with the drums that we mentioned before, and also is kind of like the driving force of the song. So this is the bass line of the song. So this is very important, especially for this more minimal style of music, to make the drops a little bit less one note. In other genres, sticking to one or two notes actually is fine, because it's more so like the sound design that's carrying it. But for this, it needs to be a bit more melodic because we're going to be hearing this a lot. So it needs to have a lot of variety, but still be memorable. And a great way to test if this is memorable is to hum it into your head. It's like da 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 da, and so on. Like, if that's staying in your head like days later and you can remember it, you have a good hook. Now that you have your catchy bass line and hook and your groovy drums, the next important thing is to add supporting elements to these things. So for instance, in the drop, we have this in kind of the B part. And it kind of adds on to this, which altogether sounds like this. It sounds like an effect is being added to the bass when in reality it's just another sound, and it layers together really nicely. Another example in the buildup, so we have all these supporting elements. Got the bass line being teased. And all of that in this section leads up to support the vocal. So there is a vocal hook in this song, and it's pretty simple. Basically, it's literally just a couple words. Just it's literally just that for the whole song. So, how do we make that interesting? First of all, the supporting elements I mentioned earlier, but also it's extremely catchy. It's got a really nice rhythm. You can really hear the rhythm when we go to this part of the song. It's super simple. The lyrics are very simple, easy to remember, and it just sticks in your head. And that's kind of the whole formula for this song was you have the little vocal hook that sticks in your head the entire time, and then it switches to a different hook, which is the bass line. This thing. And this is the other part. We're kind of like the same humming technique where it's like if I'm remembering the lyrics of the song, that's how I know it's a good hook. And bro, for literally weeks on end, I had in my head hate music made of hate over and over and over again. And that's how I knew I had a good hook. Now, in order to come up with this is a bit harder. Basically, just try and write out ideas and see if you can remember them once you put them into the song. If you can't, it might be a good idea to try something else, maybe simplify it, maybe change some things around. But also, not only is having memorable lyrics important, make sure your vocal melody is important. I kind of addressed this early with the rhythm, but I mean, this one isn't much of a melody. It kind of stays pretty one note because it would conflict too much with the other stuff. But it's like da 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 da. It's literally just that. And it's very simple, very easy to remember. Maybe consider that next time you're writing a hook. It doesn't have to be that simple. Again, the point of this song is that it is very simple, like extremely simple. So don't feel like you need to go to this much of an extreme unless you're trying to write the same style. But it is a good thing to keep in mind that you can kind of like sound out and remember not just the words of the song, but also the vocal melody.